Alright, time for Holmes to go and find... Watson's gonna stay here, and Holmes is gonna go find a certain writer who is at his work in Central News Agency, Fleet Street. Fleet Street, that's where Sweeney Todd is, the Demon Barber at Fleet Street.
I must go to the Central News Agency. I'm at the press agency where Bulling works.
What if Holmes could meet Sweeney Todd? Oh my gosh.
What do you want?
It would be very informative to search Bulling's desk before meeting him, but first I must get rid of this bothersome person, perhaps by offering him a scoop. Good evening. I'm looking for Tom Bulling, the journalist.
He isn't here. He must be sleeping off somewhere. He gave me a tip. He wanted to save a scoop for me. He always gets a good dirt, and yet when he comes in here, it's just to warm his behind. Look, he pulled his desk over the stove.
Okay.
Listen, Scoop, I'm bringing it over. Only if Bulling isn't here, I'm leaving.
Wait, what's this scoop?
Bulling promised me a reward for info. There's a charlatan who does spiritualist seances that are a little bit special. He steals corpses from the morgue, puts makeup on them, dresses them up, and then uses them as puppets.
I'll give you your dues. We'll pay you if this info is true.
I'll write down the address of the hideout on the crook's leaflet, but the police will be in on this one, so you'd better get there in time.
Understood. I'll go alone. Too bad for Bulling.
Hey, you wouldn't have a little something in advance?
Look on Bulling's desk. I know that he always leaves a few coins around for his snitches. Cheers.
Watson won't be pleased that I'm divulging the case, but I don't see any other way.
No, yeah.
I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches.
Yeah. Mr. Moore, I have noticed that one of your employees, Thomas Bulling, arrived at the meeting in a state of inebriation. I must ask you to take care of your team's discipline. I know that you indulged this journalist given the explosive information that he manages to flush out, but this behavior is unacceptable. This should not repeat itself, or I will hold you personally responsible. The assistant
Bulling's
director.
boss, Mr. Moore, seems to be protecting the journalist. A mirror.
Director. Some queen. I know that's his desk. I'm just looking around for some other stuff.
The fire has almost gone out, but the stove is still burning hot.
Alright.
This is Bulling's desk, the one closest to the stove. Some coins. I will take them. That will avoid suspicion if the journalist returns.
Very true.
A charred match. This may come in handy.
Whatever it is.
These are Bulling's notes. They are of little interest at the moment, but one never knows.
I owe you Bulling's notes. Okay. Oh. Permit me to defend myself against the slanderous accusations brought against me. You were not lied to regarding the facts. Mr. Bulling spends all of his time in the most odious of pubs. But I am only doing my work as a journalist. It is during these outings that I can find the best information because I am thus in contact with a common man. Let me prove to you, dear boss, that I can bring to this agency what it deserves, the most extraordinary and most stimulating information for...
Even handwriting, yet fairly recognizable.
Maybe we can find something over here then.
I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches. I would imagine these are compartments...
Okay. Oh.
A telephone, a device that enables you to talk with anyone in London, provided the receiver has a telephone too. A telephone, a device that enables you to talk with anyone in London, provided...
Yes. Okay, Holmes, what are we doing? What are we missing?
The fire has almost gone out. Bulling recently used the stove. The fire has almost gone out. Bulling recently used the
Okay. Oh.
A torn piece of blotting paper. Curious, curious. It looks like someone wanted to destroy this piece of blotting paper that had red ink on it. I can make out a few more letters, but backwards. I need something to help me. By putting this piece of blotting paper in front of the mirror, I can read what is written.
Information on the Whitechapel killer. Call by telephone. WA.
Apparently, our journalist gets his information by telephone too. Sadly, the name is almost erased.
Wait. Oh, it's not items. Okay.
I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches. If I telephone one of Bulling's contacts pretending to be his assistant, I might learn something of interest.
Okay.
This page has some light ink stains. It contains a list of telephone numbers.
Yeah, WA, right?
This page has some light ink stains. It contains a list of telephone numbers.
Oh, but I don't know the number.
I need more information. I need more information.
Okay. Can I do this? Oh, wait. Fenton, 1431. Is it that one? 1875, maybe? Because it's, like, on here. Yeah.
Walesby 1875, an ingenious way to save his contact. Central, Walesby 1875, if you will. Thank you, I will wait.
Walesby, I am listening.
Hello, my dear man. I'm calling on behalf of Tom Bulling.
Bulling? So you know where this hypocrite, this liar, this...
Not at all. He is currently unobtainable. In the meantime, he has left me with a note asking me to pursue his work, and he told me that you were aware.
That's just great. I dropped everything off at his agency, but he didn't even bother to do the same for me. Tell me he at least gave you the information that I was asking in return.
I am ready, sir. I'm listening.
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the commercial street market?
Do the police have a suspect for the bizarre theft of cigarettes and carrots that took place at the commercial street market? Scotland Yard is searching for a rabbit that coughs. Goes around in circles, is searching for a rabbit. He has never tired and makes a lot of noise. Will surely be gardener and ecologist. Your best representative that coughs in secrecy has already read the newspaper. Scotland Yard will surely be your best representative? No. Makes a lot of noise and secrecy. No? I don't know if I'm done. He will just tell me? Okay. Whee!
I think, according to Bulling, that Inspector Lestrade's team is looking for a rabbit with a bad cough.
Ah, damned Bulling. One day he'll be in some serious trouble for mocking the police. And now, can you tell me, with regards to the parliamentary scandal, what did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories who were treating him as a great incompetent?
The Tories, he... No, a civil servant, maybe. He's never tired, and... Already read the newspaper? No, the head of the Tories, he... makes a lot of noise. In secrecy? Surely be your best representative? No. What did the head of the Whig Party respond to the Tories, who are treating him as a great incompetent? What did he respond? Head of the Tories, he will surely be in secrecy. Goes around in circles. I have no idea what I'm doing. Vote for me. I will surely be your best representative.
According to Bulling, the head of the Whigs said, "Vote for me, I will be your best representative."
Good. That'll make for a good paper. There is one last question. According to a government social study, civil servants make the best husbands. Why?
Civil servants. Slow noise and secrecy? No? Will surely be. He is never tired and has already read the newspaper? No? Servant will surely be. Goes around in circles in secrecy. Oh no, wait, when he comes home from work, maybe it should be. When he comes home from work, he's never tired and has already read the newspaper.
I believe I can confirm that it is, because civil servants aren't tired and have already read the paper when they come home from work.
Very true. Good. It seems like Bulling has finally done his work.
As everything is all in order, can you now tell me where the information is that you sent to the agency?
Yes. There is a large brown envelope near the dispatch cabinet. It's in there that we exchange our tips with Bulling.
1,000 thanks. Goodbye, sir.
My salutations to Bulling.
Alright. That was cool.
I would imagine these are compartments to organize the paper's incoming dispatches.
And you seriously don't think I need to be here? Oh, there we go.
There are several documents in this file. Let's see.
Spring Heel Jack, the Terror of London, fantastical character, first appearance 1837, associated with several suspicious muggings and robberies taking place in London and other parts of England. Description: a diabolical appearance, bat's wings, horns, blue flames coming out of the mouth and or eyes, etc. Identifying marks: all of the eyewitnesses speak of his capacity to make leaps of superhuman distance, wear his nickname. Conclusion: having become the very example of the urban legend of our century, this character fascinates as much by his demonic and fantastical aura as by the fact that he has never been caught by the police. Important: at the time of the attacks against the young women, Lucy Scales and Jane Aslop, the papers covering the events had record sales for weeks. That's why Spring Heel Jack is the recurring hero of cheap fancy publications and theater pieces. Popular and financial success guaranteed.
I wonder why Bulling is studying this tale about Spring Heel Jack so meticulously.
List in pencil: the Terror of London, Spring Hill Jack, the Phantom Killer, the Butcher's Blade, the Whitechapel Butcher, Dr. Death, the London Ripper, the Bleeder, the Bloody Reaper.
What does that mean?
Telegram from Eberline. Mr. Charles Moore, I thank you for this testimony of the Whitechapel Killer that you followed. Not EC authentication. Do not hand over to the press without my invitation. Thank you for your collaboration and your discretion. We won't forget this, Inspector Eberline.
Well, well, a piece of information about the murders transmitted exclusively to the police without informing the press. That has piqued my curiosity. Perhaps I should go to the police station to get more information.
Letter to Tom Bowling. Tom, about the letter. Given the thanks from Inspector Eberline, I think that they took the bait, even if they were defending themselves. Think of the second. We must be ready if he kills again. Either way, we must keep up the correspondence, be responsive. This idea will save us. We will get the information firsthand, and we will make history. But stay quiet and keep a low profile. I am not really in the know, and you will be the first one who gets it if there's trouble, CM.
What does that mean? I have inspected everything, but there's no sign of Bulling. He must have dashed off to his HQ, the Wasp's Nest. However, before I go to see him, I should find out about this mysterious information. It could help me get something out of the journalist. To the police station, then.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's go to the police station.
Yeah, I'm here. In the middle. Oh.
Come, come. Back again, are we? Come this way, good man. The inspector has a few questions to ask you. Here is the man, Inspector.
Congratulations, Humphreys. So, my lad, one would say that you owe us a bit of an explanation for having left something with us. What is your full name and profession?
Sherlock Holmes, consulting detective.
Well, how about that?
Mr. Holmes, can you explain this get-up, your presence in the neighbourhood despite my instructions, as well as this most opportune restitution of jewels?
Firstly, I should tell you that not being under your command, I never understood what you said as an order, but rather as advice. I thought I would be wise to follow them to a certain extent. I intended to explain the stolen goods sooner or later. My presence here will allow me to fill you in on a few conclusions that...
If it is in regard to the Whitechapel murders, it won't help us much. We have no doubt that we will be revealing the identity of the murderer to the people in the area in a day or two.
I'm impressed, Inspector, and I offer you my sincerest congratulations. Nonetheless, you should investigate a certain doctor.
Listen, Holmes, let us do our work. You've rid us of a great pain in the rear end by finding those jewels for us. It's weeks of work that you've saved us. But I think you're a little underqualified for a case like that of Jack the Ripper. Until it's over, I demand that you do not set foot in the area. Is that clear?
I take note of your advice, Inspector. You mentioned Jack the Ripper. Pardon me, but you know the name of the murderer?
Oh, it's from a letter that the Central News Agency sent our way. It was written by the killer. And even if it can't be proven, it must be recognised that the signature is striking. This information is confidential, and I would ask you to keep it to yourself, Holmes.
Can I have a little look? Out of mere curiosity, Inspector. Then I shall disappear.
In that case, I don't see any objection.
Thank you so much.
25th September 1888. Cher patron, I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about leather aprons gave me real fits. I am down on whores, and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You will soon hear of me with my fun little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope, haha. The next job I do, I shall clip the lady's ears off and send to the police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work, then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get to work right away if I get a chance. Good luck, yours truly, Jack the Ripper. Don't mind me giving the trade name. P.S. Wasn't good enough to post this before I got all the red ink off my hands. Curse it, no luck yet. They say I'm a doctor now, haha. Okay. That was weird.
Me? Not up to discovering who Jack the Ripper is? Well, we'll soon find out, won't we, Inspector Abeline? I know who wrote the Dear Boss letter signed Jack the Ripper that Inspector Abeline gave me, and above all, I now know why. This Tom Bulling was inspired by this fantastical character to build a myth out of the Whitechapel Killer. Perhaps he would be receptive if I shared my discovery about him and prevent him from accusing Squippy. I must find him at once. My best bet would be to try my luck at the pub.
Oh, this is getting all sorts of complicated.
Ah, Holmes, I got your message, and here I am.
Good.
Perfect, Watson. That oaf Bluto is looking for us with evil intentions, and he may be hiding here. I will try to get more information inside. You, Watson, will be our lookout, and at the slightest suspicious sound, do not hesitate to call the constable on his rounds.
Okie dokie. Wow, hello.
Good evening, Mr. Bulling.
We know each other?
No, however, I have some information that may be of interest to you.
Talk, my friend. A pint for you if what you say is worth something. Does it have to do with the Whitechapel murders?
Indeed, I know the identity of the man who wrote a letter to the police, a letter entitled Dear Boss, in which the author claims to be the Whitechapel murderer and is signed Jack the Ripper.
What?
It's a journalist who was inspired by Spring-Heeled Jack in order to strengthen the credibility and the seriousness of his agency. This new Jack will give him some first-hand information that he, in turn, will dole out sparingly to the authorities, as well as some carefully distilled indiscretions that the big papers will come to beg of him. He plays both sides off against one another and becomes the chief orchestrator of the rumour. He wrote this letter in this very spot, and he has red ink on his fingers. Like you.
What exactly are you after, my friend?
You've been threatening a certain Squibby to distribute a telegram naming him as a possible suspect in these murders in revenge for an old feud. I would suggest you don't write this note, and that you leave Squibby alone.
I'd forgotten about the existence of that rapscallion. I threw that at him when I was visiting the station to get the dope. You should have seen his face.
You must also stop sending these letters that waste the authorities' precious time.
Right, well, I don't even know what you're talking about. I have a great relationship with the Bobbies. Just ask around. I don't have to answer to nobody. Now leave me alone.
Okay.
Farewell, sir.
Good riddance.
Uh-huh. Bye-bye.
Let's hurry to the police station, Watson. We are close to our goal. Squibby will be able to reveal what he knows about Tumblety. Squibby, so that's it. You're a free man again. We were just coming to the station to find you.
Shh. Yeah, the Bobbies agreed to let me go, and I came to see Bluto before ferreting you out. So, you've seen the newspaper man?
Yes, he is in the pub and everything is taken care of, but I'm waiting to hear what you have to say about Dr. Tumblety.
Okay, but we have to be quick. One night, I goes to see Bluto in his hideout that ain't far from the boarding house where this Tumblety bloke has a room. I see him coming in too. He must have been on one real binge. To the point, the Tumblety fella was there, and he smiles at me, all nice like. He tells me he's a great Yankee doctor, but my business interests him. I'm interested, I tell him, but I'm not the type to just jump right in without getting to know a person, see? He invites me around to his room to talk business, just him and me. We empty a bottle or two, and all of a sudden, like, he wants to show me what he's got in this big trunk that he always carts around places. I just about vomited, see? In these jars, just like pickles, you know, there were pieces of meat. And he whispers that it's the lady bits of some old dames. He called them peckybins. I call them love killers, I would. Yuck! After that, he starts to go on about rich folk. They ain't nothing but dogs, and I won't tell you the worst of it. Then he comes all close to me and puts his sweaty hand on my leg. He was one of them types, not me. I don't wait a second before I give him a good thrashing, and I start running and let go of him, and he still wants to see me again just to talk business. But then I had to do time, so business.
Do you know where he can be found?
Why, ain't he in his digs? Maybe he got to liking life behind bars too. I heard that in some jobs there's a way to.
Thank you for your information, and we'll meet again, my friend. Here is the sum I promised to get you out of London.
Ciao, fella. I've just got a little score to settle with Bluto, and I'm heading for the country.
Lipski!
My dear Watson, we must strike while the iron is hot. We have avoided meeting Dr. Tumblety until now. The time has come to do so.
Do you have an opinion, Holmes?
We must assure ourselves that the factor collector of female organs and a murderer who removes said organs are resident in the same area at the same time is nothing more than coincidence.
Okay.
I thought that you wouldn't bring me back your keys. It's you, Mr. Holmes. Good evening, Dr. Watson.
Indeed, it is I again. One of your tenants left without returning his keys?
Yes, it's Dr. Tumblety whom we spoke about. Shortly after your last visit here, some constables came and asked me a few questions regarding him. Barely had they left than the doctor came barreling around a street corner and rushed up into his room upstairs. A little while afterwards, while I was tidying, I heard a thud in his room and a rush down the stairs. He left with most of his bags, but without returning his keys. You can go up and see if you wish. The door is still open.
Yes, please. Which door is it? Oh, it's this fancy door.
Careful, Watson. Do not walk around here until I've inspected these marks.
I know, Holmes, I know. I understand your methods. Ah, you have your rule and magnifying glass. I thought that you had forgotten them, Holmes.
I never forget the essentials, my dear Watson.
Okay. No.
Size 13. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. Right foot, light trails. The man was running. This isn't water. Going by its sticky texture and odour, I'd say we're dealing with formalin. These are the footprints of a tall man who had recently stepped in formalin and who left this room in a hurry.
Well, can I walk on it and enter the room now, Holmes?
Yes, maybe. Okie dokie, there you are, all close and all.
These footprints are the same as those found in front of the door. Going by its size, this enormous trunk must be a wardrobe. These brackets are rather unusual. What do you think, Watson?
Let's see, Holmes. These are the names of the battles from the American Civil War.
Fort Sumter, Antietam, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg, the Morro, the Key, Vicksburg, 0904, 1865, Appomattox Courthouse, Victory.
Let's see. 5 latches, each fitted with a 6-number combination system.
So what? You have to place the right one of these? The right place? Oh my gosh. What the crap? Wait, am I supposed to know this? Oh, man. Oh, there was the southern state flag I saw there. I have no idea.
There are a few pieces of a large glass jar in this puddle. The man who left the footprints on the ground must have walked in it while fleeing. These footsteps must be those of Squibby. He must have hit Tumblety, who dropped one of his jars.
And he ran out. Elementary, Holmes.
Perfect, Watson.
I see an organ here. This looks suspiciously like something like inside a woman. Okay. or biologically female-ish body, something. I don't know how to pronounce it, but or say it, but looks like it could be. I don't even know what it's called in English, but uterus-ish stuff, like where the eggs are made. Dear Francis, it is impossible for us to meet again. I am feeling terrible, as pursuing our relationship further would put both my marriage and my reputation in danger. I must return to that life of love, fleeting and physical, in which a few coins to these young men assures corporal peace and anonymity. These growing feelings that I have for you make me scared, and I would prefer to shun this passion for the fear that it may never leave me. Perhaps we shall cross paths again one day in a discreet location where like-minded men meet. I know that you frequent them regularly, you never hide yourself. For my part, I will spend more time with my wife and girls in order to find this serenity, and I hope to throw the veil of oblivion over our passionate embraces. All the best, Charles. Okay, clearly we're dealing with some gay people here. Oh, my dear Francis, it is in putting aside our common past, and thus as a friend, that I am sending you these words. I have learned from some mutual friends of your recent trouble with the law. You should be more careful. England has nothing in common with the Wild West, but her seedy areas can be just as dangerous. Your attraction to young rogues will cost you dearly one of these days, whether it be at the end of an alley or on the benches of a jury. A man of your quality and fortune does not have to frequent the hovels and bring his pistol with him everywhere. It is not necessary to use violence to find partners, unless this violence pleases you. Certain circles that we used to frequent are still open to you. Take advantage of this healthy and respectable company rather than demeaning yourself with these destitute lads. And pray get rid of that god-awful chest. Who knows what the people to whom you show while bragging must think and speak of it. The man you once loved, Henry.
This Dr. Tumblety seems to be attracted to men more than women. That much is clear. So, the doctor has a handgun, and he would use it to restrain young men, perhaps.
Ugh. That's not the way to do it with anyone. Nope. Letter found at Tumblety's. Do not understand how you found yourself in this situation. Your passionate discussions on the legitimacy of this war should have convinced more than one. I still remember when you imitated him during that meeting. You struck that very characteristic pose, and you exclaimed, "Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until that key is in our pocket." We all applauded. I am sure that even Lincoln himself would have applauded. During these dark hours, it was rare to have the occasion to laugh. So many deaths, ending with our much-loved president killed by this coward and left to join those of the victory of Gettysburg, who courageously fell so that the next day the key would be in our pocket.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War. Vicksburg is the key. Now, that is interesting.
Okay, Vicksburg is the key.
Going by its size.
Yes, Vicksburg is the key. Okay. Doesn't really help me. Okay. Are these in chronological order? If they are, then this would be 68. Oh no, wait. Maybe? Okay, I have no idea what's happening here. Help me. Okay, so they are in chronological order, but Vicksburg is that one apparently. Okay, we'll start with this one. 1, 2, 1. Nine. I don't know, 71 maybe? And when it's right, it should, something should happen. Nope. apparently not right. 17. Oh, come on, game. Oh my gosh. Okay. How do I even like put the dates in? There's one day too many too here, so it's like weird. I mean, 68 can't really be here because 65, so this should be 63. Oh my gosh, stop! Here we go. Which one of these 63 is that one is the latest? 07? 03? Maybe. Nope. Okay, I'm completely lost. I have no idea what I'm doing, or how this works, or anything. Enter the dates of the battles on left side. Blah blah blah. Correct date, flag, and uniform. They are in chronological order and are taken from the dates at the bottom. Yes, I do realize that. What? Okay. Okay. Apparently there's an extra date that isn't down there, but no? I have no idea, but apparently this one should be here. Because I apparently know nothing. I'm in 0. And we'll see. Oh, there we had it. Okay. Hello. This is some other date that isn't even down here. So I'm presuming this would then be 630205. Ah! There we go. Okay, I don't know why. Oh. I don't even know, because apparently this is supposed to be a date that isn't even down here, so. Okay. This would be 62. 1709. There we go. And this is 61. $12.04. Oh, southern states. Okay. And this is apparently supposed to be some completely random date, which is something July, which clearly there's nothing here. Apparently it's supposed to be for July 63, I think.
Elementary.
Oh, tomorrow the key, like the day after. Okay, sure. Yeah. We can totally see everything in here.
This is dreadful, Holmes. This trunk contains 4 jars in which organs are floating.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what these organs are?
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
Are these specimens fresh?
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Let's go to Baker Street.
Oh, what?
Is there someone here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finley? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here. The Whitechapel killer has struck again, and if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the past few hours.
Where?
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes, we must catch up with them.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finley, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
Do you take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
Holmes, I don't follow. The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
The Whitechapel killer has always been nearby, and what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's return to Baker Street.
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
Oh, I can't believe they...
We were less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice. And we haven't done a thing for the past week.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson. For my part, I have been working. And, as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again and try to gain a bit of perspective.
I can't believe there were no textures on that trunk. Oh my gosh, I wanted to see the organs. Okay. Note on the murder of Liz Stride in Dutfield's Yard. Note on the murder of Liz Stride at Dutfield's Yard. Certain information that I have collected must be verified. Liz Stride, nickname Long Liz, 45 years old, height 5 feet 5 feet 5 inches. Long Liz? Like, I'm taller than that, but okay. Occasional prostitute. She lived for the past 3 years in a stormy relationship with a certain Kidney, a waterside laborer, 36 years of age, whom she left a few days earlier. She charged him with assault but failed to appear in court, and the case was thrown out. The victim was discovered dead by one Louis Diemschutz at 1 o'clock in the morning on September 30th. The man's first thought was to verify if his wife in the building next door was still alive before sounding the alarm. The 2 doctors who came at the police's request to the scene of the crime in the moments after the discovery of the corpse put the time of death after 12:46 a.m. Cause of death, hemorrhage due to a throat injury. Weapon was a small knife with a large blunt edge. The verification of this statement is necessary. Could this wound have been caused by another tool? Neither the body nor the clothes were damaged, soiled, or disturbed by the killer. The right hand was open, stained with blood and resting on the chest. The left hand was on the ground, partially closed, holding a packet of pastilles. Location of the discovery was a courtyard called Dutfield's Yard, whose doors lead into Burner Street in Whitechapel. The victim was found stretched out on the ground a few inches from the wall of one of the buildings served by this courtyard, the International Working Men's Club. This association, composed mainly of Jews originally from Russia and Poland, were organizing a conference that night on the subject "Why Should Jews Be Socialists?", presided by Mr. Morse Eagle. The meeting ended at around 11:30 p.m., but many members remained to debate and sing within the premises of the association. An American present that evening declared to have been in the courtyard at 12:20 a.m. and went into the street and didn't see anything unusual. He then returned back inside the club, but his estimation of time spent outside is approximate at best. 2 witnesses were quoted by the press: Constable Smith, who was doing his rounds in the area on the night in question, and a Hungarian by the name of Schwartz. He made a statement at the police station, accompanied by an interpreter because he does not speak English. The transcription of these statements by the press should be treated with caution. It would be advisable, if at all possible, to consult the exact content. Observe the clothing worn by the victim as well as her possession at the time of the discovery of the body. Clothing: long black cloth jacket, fur trimmed around the bottom with a red rose and white maidenhair fern pinned to it. Black skirt, black crepe bonnet. Checked neck scarf knotted on left side. Dark brown velveteen bodice, 2 light serge petticoats. 1 white chemise, white stockings, spring-sided boots, 2 handkerchiefs. One is noticed to have fruit stains on it. A thimble, a piece of wool wound around a card. In the pocket in her underskirt, a key, a small piece of lead pencil, 6 large and 1 small button, a comb, a broken piece of comb, a metal spoon, a hook as from a dress, a piece of muslin, 1 or 2 small pieces of paper. Note on the murder of Catherine Eddowes. Catherine Eddowes, 46 years old, height 5 feet, occasional prostitute. She had a regular relationship for 7 years with one John Kelly, a man of no regular employment and about the same age as the victim. The victim was found dead at 1:44 a.m. on September 30th by P.C. Watkins, who was on his rounds. He secured the area by calling to the watchman of the warehouse located some feet from the crime scene. According to the doctor who arrived on the scene at 2:18 a.m., the victim had just been dead for a half hour. Unlikely, but we know from experience how hard it is to precisely establish the time of death when the corpse has been very mistreated. Cause of death: hemorrhage due to a throat wound. The medical examiner also confirmed that, additionally, the extractions committed on the corpse were done post-mortem by a right-handed man possessing a long-bladed knife. The victim was subject to numerous mutilations. The victim was found stretched out in a dark corner of Mitre Square, notorious meeting spot for prostitutes and their clients because of its remote, poorly lit location. It should be noted that the victim was freed from the Bishopgate Street Police drunk tank at 1 o'clock in the morning. Mitre Square was visited at 1:30 a.m. by P.C. Watkins coming from Mitre Square, and at 1:42 a.m. by P.C. Harvey coming from Church Passage, or coming from Mitre Street. The 2 police constables didn't see anything suspicious in the area, but it should be noted that P.C. Harvey did enter into Mitre Square, unlike P.C. Watkins. The watchman who came to lend a hand to Watkins at the time of the discovery of the body had been awoken during the time of the crime. His door is located a few feet from the spot where the victim was dying and didn't hear anything until the police's call. Firstly, we must note that the clothing worn by Catherine Eddowes are very characteristic. I think in particular the patterned green chintz skirt as well as the white men's vest. A few of her possessions, including the thimble, were found around the corpse. The white apron was found on the corpse with a part missing. Thus, this missing part, previously resewn, thus ensuring authenticity, was found at 2:55 a.m. on the night of the murder by P.C. Alfred Long, who states that the object wasn't there at his preceding patrol at 2:20 a.m. The piece of bloody apron was found in the entrance hall leading to the stairs of 108 to 119 Wentworth Model dwellings on Goulston Street. At the right of the entrance, just above the apron, was found the following inscription in chalk: "The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing." I think. The Wentworth Model Dwellings building being almost exclusively occupied by Israelites and Goulston Street being the site of a very popular, much frequented market, he decided to erase the inscription before the day broke. That's probably good. Kate Eddowes' belongings. Wearing, at the time of her murder, black straw bonnet trimmed in green and black velvet with black beads. Black strings worn tied to the head. Black cloth jacket trimmed around the collar and cuffs with imitation fur and around the pockets in black silk braid and fur. Large metal buttons. Dark green chintz skirt, 3 flounces, brown button on waistband. The skirt is patterned with Michaelmas daisies and golden lilies. Man's white vest, matching buttons down front. Brown linsey bodice. Black velvet collar with brown buttons down front. Grey stuffed petticoat with white waistband. Very old green alpaca skirt worn as undergarment. Very old ragged blue skirt with red flounces, light twill lining, worn as undergarment. White calico chemise. Pair of men's lace-up boots, mohair laces. Right boot repaired with red thread. 1 piece of red gauze silk worn as a neckerchief. 1 large white pocket handkerchief. 1 large white cotton handkerchief with red and white bird's eye border. 2 unbleached calico pockets, tape strings. 1 blue stripe bed ticking pocket. Brown ribbed knee stockings darned with white cotton. Possessions: 2 small blue bags, 2 short black clay pipes, 1 tin box containing tea, 1 tin box containing sugar, 1 tin matchbox empty, 12 pieces white rag, 1 piece coarse linen white, 1 piece of blue and white shirting, 3 cornered, 1 piece red flannel with pins and needles, 6 pieces soap, 1 small tooth comb, 1 white handle table knife, 1 metal spoon, 1 red leather cigarette case with white metal fittings, 1 ball hemp, 1 piece of old white apron with repair, several buttons and thimble, mustard tin containing 2 pawn tickets, 1 in the name of Emily Burrell, 52 Whites Row, dated August 31st, 9 for a man's flannel shirt. The other is in the name of Jane Kelly of 6 Dorset Street and dated September 28th. Oh, 9D something money, 2 shilling maybe, for a pair of men's boots. Both addresses are false. Printed handbill, portion of a pair of spectacles, 1 red mitten.
I have read and reread them, but give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because...
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour. And find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view?
Pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Pray, find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it, Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.
Okie dokie, we now control Dr. Watson. We've done a lot of reading, and we're gonna go back to Whitechapel in the next episode. Oh my gosh, that was probably super long. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and we'll continue very soon.